All right, there we go. Just gonna sit here and wait to see who shows up. Oh, we got one. Okay. You got one. Hi there, random person. Two people, yay! You can tune a piano, but you cannot tune a fish. Okay, that's a good intro, Cody, but hello. Was there like a build up to that I missed, Cody? Anyway, so yeah, welcome to probably the biggest pull. Probably got 2 weeks worth of books. And yeah. Ooh, this is a big haul, and I can't wait to talk. Oh, you're just a big goof. All right. We got 3 people now. So we got about 2 IDW, and the rest are, 2 IDW, 5 DC, and 5 Marvel. Actually, let me count that out. Yeah, 2 DC, several DC, well, 2 IDW. I don't know where to start. Like, I was thinking of going, like, by group, but I guess I'll go, like, from Marvel. I guess I'll do DC, IDW first, since it's only 2 books, and then I'll go to the DC books, and then I'll finish up with Marvel. Does that sound good? Sounds good. I like that. I like that plan of action. Anyway, so I'm just getting resituated here, so I can talk about... Actually, no! I think I got more DC than I did Marvel. I think I've only got 3 Marvel books. Yeah, 3 Marvel books. Holy shit. And the rest were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Nope. It was 4 DC, 4 Marvel. Okay, so it was... Alright. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. I try to say that every time we have a plan in the family, or I'm with friends. If we think of a plan, I will do my damnedest to try to say that line every time. I'll be like, I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Hello, fourth person. Let me know in the comments who be watching before we kick off this review. Oh, yes, I did have a trade, but we're not going to review it because I haven't read it yet. And it's a trade I've been waiting to read. Look at the mountain of pops. Yeah. The only new addition was Azula. I don't know if you can see her, but Azula is the only new addition I've had. Because you guys already know I got Dracon. So I got Azula a little while back. Finally got her, by the way. Yay. So that's good. Hello, by the way, hello, Marion McDaniel. But yeah. So I guess I'll wait for a little bit to talk about the books, because I want to see more people come in. I want to wait for more people to come in, and then we'll do it. Because this is a big week. Yeah, 10 books. 10 books. And I thought 6 books was big. Nah, nah, son. Anyway. So, how is everyone out there who's watching this live stream? Is the lighting okay? Or is it too dark? Should I switch on a light? That's actually worse. I'm sorry. How is everyone out there? Are we good? Are we good out on the internet? Still only 3 people, so I guess I'll wait a little longer. Man, sometimes these streams like take off like that, and other times it's just like a slow burn. Go sit in the corner, Cody, right now. You go think about what you did. Yeah. I just kind of imagine when you said "God, I hate myself." I just couldn't help but think of that line from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, where he's just like, "Beware, we'll bring it back if you dare." God, I suck. Anyway, so yeah, um, gonna give it a little more time, see who else shows up for this thing, because I want to actually do this review, because this might take a while. I'm not gonna lie. I guess we could talk about the books right now, for those watching. First off, we got Star Trek: The Q Conflict #1 of 6. This is the massive Star Trek crossover. I don't know if you call it a crossover event, but yeah, this when it says Star Trek, everyone's here. Everyone except Discovery and Enterprise weren't allowed, which is understandable. Yeah, but we've got Next Generation, we've got TOS, we've got Voyager, and we got DS9. We got all of those. Don't jinx it. Yeah, we got Star Trek: The Q Conflict. We've also got Shredder in Hell #1 of 5. Yeah, check out that Kevin Eastman cover, yo. Yeah. So yeah, Shredder in Hell #5. Those are the 2 IDW. Now we are now for the DC books. We have Green Lantern #4 by Grant Morrison. Yay. And Liam Sharp. Female Furies #1 of 6. I've got some things to say about this. And this one's going to be a surprise for everyone. Scooby-Doo Team Up #46. Yeah, let me say that again. Scooby-Doo Team Up #46. Guest starring Black Lightning. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Following that is Batman #64. Moving right along. Then over at the Marvel side, we have Conan the Barbarian #3. Following that, we have Daredevil #1 by Chip Zdarsky. Ooh, this is going to be... I can't wait to talk about this. Then Immortal Hulk #13. Oh, I am so excited to talk about this one. And for the final one for single issues, we have Amazing Spider-Man #14. Yeah. So, yeah. So I guess like people have been jumping in and out of this. So I don't know. I guess I'll friggin' start now. It's been like 8. I was hoping for more people, honestly, but I guess I'll start with it. Oh, for trades, I forgot to talk about for the trade. For the trade, and I have not finished this yet, but you will see a review of this very soon. Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. That's right, I finally got the graphic novel of Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. I've been reading this. I've been loving this so far. This is the last thing of Kyle Higgins' run on Power Rangers. The last thing he did before he left the Power Rangers title. Hello, Billy. Yeah, so yeah, Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. Oh, boy. Now, again, I will not be reviewing it on this live stream, but I will be reviewing it on Comic Universe. So stay tuned for that, because, yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. It might actually... There's another part of me... Hey, Craig. Oh, by the way, Craig, I'm glad you're here. I got this, and I want to ask you something. I know you're not the boss, because we're all equal here. Craig, I got something to ask. Do you want me to go ahead and review this when I'm finished reading this, or do you want to do this as panel to panel? Because I know you want to read this too. So, do you want to wait? Do you want to wait and do this for panel to panel and just have us both discuss this, or do you want me to go ahead and review this? Or we could do both. Fuck it, we could do both. Just let me know. Panel to panel, gotcha. Because I know you want to read this. I really know you want to read this. I got tired of waiting because the comic shop I was going to kept like forgetting about it. Went to another comic shop and got this for myself. Like you do. Because you got to do... When you want something done right, you do it yourself. Anyway. So I saw Justice League Ladybug idea you had yesterday morning. I thought of myself, wouldn't it be with the Avengers instead? I'll do questions in a moment. Thoughts on the Child's Play trailer? I haven't seen it yet, but if you want thoughts here at Comic Universe, go back to Craig's video, the previous one, and he'll talk about it. I have been out all day getting my books, so I haven't been able to watch it. It's on my to-do list, people. Anyway, so like I said earlier, for those who just got here, I'm going to start with I got 10 books to review: 2 IDW, 4 DC, 4 Marvel, and I'm going to start with the IDW books first. Starting with Star Trek: The Q Conflict, number 1 of 6. Now, for those who are unaware of what this is, Star Trek: The Q Conflict is this massive, I don't know if you can call it a crossover, but it's this massive team up among a lot of the Star Trek shows. You got TOS, the original series, you got TNG, you've got Deep Space Nine, and you got Voyager. My fingers can't go. So you got four. And I'm pretty sure, like, even though I got a feeling they won't be here, I got a feeling we may get cameos of Enterprise and Discovery as well. Yeah, so what did I think of this first issue? This is written by the Tipton brothers, who the Tipton brothers I have a love-hate thing with, because they're really good at doing Star Trek stuff, but the problem is that they drag on. The problem is that they have a tendency to lag at points. Even in a miniseries, it feels like it drags. I feel like they do a little too much for it. I have a love-hate thing with their Doctor Who Star Trek crossover, which I felt like indulged itself. And then they did the Planet of the Apes crossover, and that one felt way too short. So they couldn't find maybe they'll find a happy medium, and I'm liking where this book is going. I really dug this first issue. It is like, okay, so the opening story is that the TNG crew, the Next Generation, and this is after, and this is like in continuity. This is right after. I would say this is right after First Contact, if not Generations. Like I feel like it's after. Like it should be more after Generations than it should be First Contact. But I digress. So anyway. Picard and the crew are investigating all these massive supernovas that are happening across the Milky Way. And the problem is they're way too close and they're wrecking shit. Like some of these stars are new. Like some of these stars are like recently born and they're dying instantly. So they're freaked out and they go to, and the main problem is, yeah, I said Deep Space Nine, Billy. So basically what goes on is that, they have to go to Cestus 3. Now let me bone up on your Star Trek for you kiddies. Cestus 3 was part of the Star Trek episode Arena, where Kirk fought the Gorn in that battle with the Metrons. And oh boy, does that come into play! Because it turns out, if you were thinking, is Q involved? Well, it is called the Q Conflict, people. So it turns out Q has been every couple thousand years or so, the Q Continuum gets into a fight with these like beings throughout the universe, but they take it outside of the universe, but it does have an effect on the real world. And what happens is like the realities kind of shift in small places, or stars go boom. Basically, the Q Continuum like has to show who's boss to these other godlike beings. So they have to like have these battles to indulge them. And Picard's like, that's fucked up, Q. You're wrecking shit on our side of reality. We're not playthings. And because Picard opened his mouth, because the reason why is because he's so worried about it is because these things last for a couple hundred years. These wars last for a couple hundred years. And they're going to wreck shit across the universe if so done, not taken care of. So Q gets this brilliant idea, basically, of let's play chess, let's play like a Hunger Games kind of situation with all of our respective enemies on Earth, all of the Federation crews, and have them like a cosmic game. So the crew of the Enterprise from Enterprise E, Picard's crew, and also Kirk's Enterprise are also teleported there. Also, we have Voyager and DS9, but DS9, like, they pluck them out of certain points in time. So Cisco is like this is the Cisco from 8 years in the past. And also they didn't realize, they found Voyager again and the original Star Trek crew. It actually, like, it is admittedly the first half of this issue is more TNG centric, but by the tail end, like, it's very clear that the Tiptons want to have this go. have this be a go. And if you know your Star Trek, then you know which godlike beings are in here. So we got the Metrons, who also, and it's funny too because this actually takes place. This arena is actually going to be on Cestus 3, where the episode Arena took place. So Q, along with the leader of the Metrons, who first got the Gorn and Kirk to fight, and then you have one of the Organians, and then you have Trelane from the Squire of Gothos. So you've got, yeah, they did team up in Generations, but this is a Kirk from a different time period. This is like a younger Kirk. So yeah, it looks like they're all setting up. The chess pieces are in place, and it looks like it's ready to go. So I really dug this. Usually the Tiptons are kind of slow from the gate, but I was really engaged, and it's pretty cool to see how this is going to play out. But yeah, so I dug it. Anyway, so let's go on to the next IDW book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder in Hell. Yeah, so the Shredder has died and gone to hell. Also, check out that Kevin Eastman cover. Is that not awesome? Oh, this is so good. But yeah, so Shredder, after his death at the hands of the Splinter, has ended up in hell and now is fighting his way through there. The artwork in here, oh my god, the artwork is beautiful. I love the artwork in here. Let me show you something real quick. Is that not, I don't know if the camera can show it that well, but is that not beautiful? Yeah. This is some great ass artwork by hang on, let me see. The artist and the writer and the artist of this comic is Mateus Santaroca. Oh, I cannot pronounce that name. But yeah, so Oroku Saki is in the afterlife, and he's being plagued by, if you guys don't know your IDW continuity, in the IDW continuity, the Oroku Saki is a reincarnation of Takeshi Tanedo, who was the original founder of the Foot Clan, and he's also the vessel for the Dragon God, which is influencing Shredder. So basically what's going on is that Shredder is in hell, and he has to fight his way out of here, but it's of his own volition, and Splinter is actually helping him. Splinter's actually giving him aid, because it's very much like a Magneto Charles Xavier kind of situation between them. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautifully seen book. We also get the Savat, who were a gang that Shredder massacred, and he took them out here. This is really good. I'm really digging it. Also, there's like with Splinter, he's been turned into a full-on rat, like a little rat, and now he's the only ally Shredder has as he goes further and further into hell. Yeah, Sabat, he's dead, and he comes back in here as a dead soul. Shredder fucking kills him again. He's like, I beat you once. If you thought being in the afterlife could save you, you're wrong. There's also this beautiful moment with Tang Shen. We get this beautiful moment with Tang Shen and Hamato Yoshi. Oh, it's beautiful. But yeah, the comic ends with a demonic version of the TMNT. Ooh, this is going to be big next month or whenever this book comes up. I really dug this. Great first issue. Artwork is great. It follows a lot of the beats of Godzilla in Hell. A lot of like the dead enemies coming back. A lot of the self-reflection. A lot of the enemy, like demonic versions of past enemies. So it actually, like, it does mirror a lot of Godzilla in Hell in a way. And it's funny enough because it's the same title, but you Shredder in Hell. But yeah, really good. Really dug that for a first issue. Anyway, so now we move on to the DC books. So for DC, first off, we got Green Lantern number 4. Green Lantern number 4 by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. I should have been on this book sooner because I'm such a Grant Morrison fan and Liam Sharp's artwork is amazing. But at the time, I couldn't afford comics. So I had to wait until that story arc was done and jump on with the next story arc. Now, for reference, Hal Jordan is going back to the Space Cop stuff. Yes, Marvel is next, but first we got to get through the DC books. Sorry, I was thirsty. So basically, what happens is that a creature that uses there is this sun tyrants, because I don't know what it is with Grant Morrison, but he loves his sun tyrants, don't he? Like, whenever you have a Grant Morrison book, like 50% you're gonna get a sun tyrant in there. Now, sun tyrants, for those who don't know, are like sun eaters. They're actual beings. Sun eaters are basically like these roving creatures. They're not evil. They're not like malicious or anything. They eat suns. It's what they do. It's kind of like it's kind of like sharks. They're not evil. It's just what they do. So anyway, Hal is on it. This is a story from we also get the return of the Dark Stars. If you don't know who the Dark Stars are these race of almost like Green Lanterns, but if they were X-Force. So the Dark Stars are like the anti-Green Lanterns. And this is where it is that this four-armed outlaw is telling this story to the leader of the Dark Stars, and basically it's the story of how Hal Jordan investigated this problem with a rogue Sun Eater. It turns out that this Sun Eater was being bred in captivity and turned malicious, and Hal is like, this is not right. It's a Sun Eater, but it's an animal that has feelings. It's very much a parallel to how people mistreat animals, but on a cosmic scale. And this Sun Eater has become so rogue is that it's killing suns that are home to colony worlds. Now, the other thing that goes on in here is that Hal is still feeling the effects of what happened in the previous story arc, where he killed a person who the Green Lanterns the Guardians of Oa cut a deal with. So yeah, they murdered him, and now the Guardians are pissed. But first, Hal is like, yeah, fuck the Guardians. The Sun Eater's got to be taken care of. Something Dark Star. That's funny. Also, can I just say, I love the new Green Lantern we have of Volk, who is a sentient volcano Green Lantern. Let me say this again. A sentient volcano Green Lantern. Look at him. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I want you all to look at it. Is it not beautiful? I want a pop figure of this guy. Like now, knowing me, it'd be exclusive. Fuck. But anyway, so they've basically put Hal Jordan on probation after what he did, and even though he saved a world and saved several Green Lanterns, but it turns out that the person who went to the Black Stars is Hal Jordan, and now he's looking to hook up with them, especially their leader, who drains the life force out of suns. Yeah. So, this was really good. This is a neat little jumping on point for this comic. Hello, Comic Junk. But yeah, Green Lantern #4, really loved it. I wish I got to issue 1 and all that. I wish I was here from the beginning, but sadly that wasn't the case. Anyway, but this was a nice little jumping on point. I really dug it, and I'm wondering where we're going to go with Hal now, of where we're going to go with this character. Anyway, so we got to talk about something real quick. In all of my time I've been doing this, in the past few times I knew I was going to run into a... thank you, Comic Junk. All this time I knew I was going to run into a bad book. But I didn't think I'd be, it'd be I had to choose my books carefully because I knew there'd be something up. So, yeah. And guys, I found my bad book. I'm not doing any more of this. One issue was enough. We're talking about Female Furies number 1 of 6. Look, where do I begin? I support what this book is trying to say. I fully get. Oh, thank you, Comic Junk. I fully support what this book is trying to say. This is a book about sexual assault on women and how they're mistreated in the workplace. That's fine. It's a very good message to put out there. It's very well needed. This was not the right characters to use for that analogy. It was not. Because here's the problem with what you're trying to do with the Female Furies. Not only did you really hammer it over the head, the Furies would not take any of this shit that happened in here. And if they and you're like, oh well, they can't kill anybody because they can't kill members of Darkseid Council because they're Darkseid's inner circle. They can't kill them. They could. Here's the thing. This has happened before in other comics where someone tried to advance on one of the Furies and try to grope them, and they straight up murdered them, and Darkseid was like, okay. At no point do they do this. Oh, and also, this is what really pisses me off, is that they do this whole thing of like having them being judged like they're like a fucking beauty pageant. Yeah, look at that. Like they have to serve them food, they have to do a smiling contest. What is this? It's like trying to be Tom King without being Tom King. So, anyway, there's also some backstory with Granny Goodness, and this is very much a storyline that's very much supposed to be like Female Furies year 1, but man, does this not get what the Female Furies are? Man, this. And the other thing is, like, again, I support what this book is trying to say. I fully support that, yeah, sexual assault on women, that's not cool. Degrading women for their looks, not cool. Not cool. These were not the right characters to do that analogy with. Because if this had happened this had happened before in Apocalypse, they would have straight up fucking murdered these people, and Darkseid would have been like, well, they were too stupid to, the Furies are clearly powerful. And it's like, oh, the Furies aren't allowed to be on the front lines because they're women. And we get some interesting backstory with Darkseid that's like, I mean, not Darkseid, but with Granny Goodness. But yeah. Oh, man, it's not even good. Like, it's just Darkseid, Darkseid raped her. That's really shitty, but I don't think Darkseid actually thinks about sex. The only time he thought about it was conceiving Orion. So making Darkseid like this super rapey guy is so not Darkseid. Yeah. Guys, this is the only time you're only going to see it. I'm not picking up another issue. Again, oh, thank you, Smoky Smoke. Yeah, so get a good look at this. I'm not getting another issue. And again, I am fully aware of what this book is trying to say. And I fully support the themes of it. But this was the wrong storyline to do this, and it's so overplayed and really force-fed that this was, I've wasted $4. I have essentially wasted $4 on this book. Not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah, Darkseid is above gender. Yeah. It's no Mr. Miracle, that's for sure. I should get and the trade's out, I think, now. I really need to get the Tom King trade. Anyway. So, let's move on to something a little more fun, shall we? Yes, I got this. Scooby-Doo team up number 60, number 46, guest starring Black Lightning. Yeah. This was actually really good. Like, I was so surprised of how good this book was. Like, I got this as a lark, like, just to be like, it'll be fun. It's actually good. Like, there's good story in here. So the story is that the mystery Mystery Inc. is at Garfield High, Black Lightning School, and they're basically there to teach the kids, hey, we have our own jobs and it's cool. We fight monsters. You don't have to live on the streets. And yeah, so there's also a great moment in here that I love. There's this great moment where Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning, asks, wait, do you guys even go to school? And Fred says this. Allow me to read you what Fred says. Oh yeah, we're all graduated a while ago, but we study advanced degrees online while we travel in the Mystery Machine. Velma's majoring in criminology. I'm studying engineering, especially building traps. Daphne's semantics and molecular neurobiology, and Shaggy's field is cooking. Yeah, even Scooby's teaching it and learning in obedience school. Oh man, that was funny. I'm like, I love how someone just called that up. I was like, wait, how old are you guys, and do you even go to school? So I love how this comic addresses that. Anyway, so the story of this, because each of these issues are one and dones, and basically what happens in here is that Black Lightning and the Mystery Inc. gang are finding out about the 100 because there's these ghost gangsters who are haunting the school that's being plagued by the 100, which are the gang employed by Tobias Whale. So, yeah, so I also this is a fun little story. There's even a reference to Ghoul School, like a quick blink if you miss it kind of reference. But yeah, there's this moment where Mystery Inc. when they think Tobias Whale is behind the ghosts, quote unquote. Black Lightning said, "No, you can't come. You guys fight guys in suits. These are gangsters. They will come to your house and kill you." And Shaggy's like, "Yeah, I don't want that. No thanks." Yeah, so that was funny. I thought that was funny. Is like they actually bring up Black Lightning brings up yeah, don't come. They will come to your house and kill you. Like they will find you and kill you. But I like the little story in here. I like how it almost feels like an after-school special without beating you over the head of how after-school special it is. And it's a kid's comic, It's an all-ages comic. What more do you need? I can defend it for that. Because it's Scooby-Doo with Black Lightning. It's awesome. I dug this. I thought it was fun. Anyway, so our last DC book we're going to talk about today is Batman number 64, The Price, Part 1. This is part 1 of the 4-part storyline of the Batman Flash team up, written by Joshua Williamson. And you're wondering, where the hell's Tom King? Tom King apparently had another gig that he was doing, and the Nightmare story will continue in Batman number 66. So this is like a little interlude. It's actually a tie-in with Heroes in Crisis. So what did I think of this? I liked it. It's a neat little story to tie in with Heroes in Crisis. It focuses on Batman and Flash, Barry and Bruce, and how they haven't been able to really come to deal with the problems of it's not like The Button. The only thing is that it's Batman and Bruce it's Barry and Bruce teaming up. But the story is set after Heroes in Crisis and Wally's death, which I think there's something big going on more than all those characters being killed off like that. Anyway, that was an extreme thirst. Anyway, so so Barry and Bruce have not been on speaking terms. It's not because they hate each other. It's more like they hit a wall in their search for Wally's killer and the other superheroes' killers at Sanctuary. And they've been kind of ducking each other. And in fact, Bruce has been kind of exhausting himself to the point where he's forgetting gadgets. So, yeah, after fighting the Justice League of Amazos, which was totally fucking cool, Barry goes back to the Flash Museum. But what happens is someone is attacking the Flash Museum. And Batman was there to help out. And the two of them meet up. And Barry's like, you didn't come here, just because you were passing by. You had a reason. So someone has been going around tearing ass all through certain landmarks and monuments to superheroes. And that person is Gotham Girl. Yeah, remember her from I Am Gotham? The first, the first big arc of Tom King's run? Yeah, she's back. She's back, and she's pissed. She's completely lost her mind, and Bruce has been hunting her for a while after she escaped him. And now the two of them, Bruce and Barry, have to work together to find her. And she's also trying to revive her brother. Yeah, the guy who nearly killed the Justice League. Yeah, so this was neat. I dug this. Joshua Williamson does a really good job. I wish I could get back to more King stuff. Yes, I need a beer. I need a beer, Craig. I always need a beer. Yeah, it wasn't Gotham Girl in Rebirth. She was, but now she's come back after all this time. So, yeah, we got Gotham Girl back, and this is going to deal with the fallout of what goes on of Barry and Bruce and how they're dealing with Heroes in Crisis. And because Bruce feels like he's failed Barry, and he can't look him in the eye because of how he's hit a wall with Bruce. With Barry. I'm going to mix those two's names up. They're killing her, yes. Gotham Girl's powers are killing her, and Bruce wants to save her because the more she uses her power, the more she's gonna burn through them and die. So Bruce is trying to stop that. He can't stand the idea of losing someone else after losing Wally and not being able to get a kill, find a killer or a reason for the death. He feels like he's failed his friend Barry. What's also interesting to note is that Bruce has this brief moment where he's watching Superman fight the Superman Amazo robot, and for a quick second he turns into Citizen Steel. So I'm wondering where that's going. I'm wondering where that's gonna go. Excuse me. All in all, a really good start. I really enjoyed this. Okay, now we have come to the Marvel half. We got 4 Marvel books to talk about. Let's do our number ones. Starting with Daredevil, number 1 by Chip Zdarsky and artwork by Marco Cicchetto. Yeah. Wow. I am all on board where we're going with this book. This was so damn good. I can't even describe it. So, for those who are not unaware, Matt suffered a serious injury in a car wreck, and he's been out benched for about a few months. And he's kind of lost his job. The words rock bottom, if you look for like a description of rock bottom, you would see a picture of Matt Murdock in the dictionary. Because that's where he is, and somehow he finds a way to dig deeper. It does look like she was pumping her brother full of venom, and I think that's what it might be, so we'll see. But anyway, yes, it does take place after the Man Without Fear miniseries. But Matt is kind of at a low. He's taking pain meds and mixing them with alcohol. He's actually taking more than he should. He's going out and having sex with random women, and he's in constant pain. And when he's Daredevil, he's missing leaps and bounds that he would normally make in his prime. He even admits, yeah, I'm fucking up here. But he needs to do this. He needs to get his mind off of it. Also, Marco Cicchetto's artwork. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, right, and tell me that's not great. That is such damn good artwork. And yes, Kingpin has gone back to making his life miserable because it seems like Fisk can't help himself. Whenever it's, the matter of Daredevil happens, he has to, go in there and look. He has to, go into that situation and look. But yeah, so Daredevil is not at his prime. He's still, just completely out of it.
Going out for a while, bye.
Well, bye. Anyway, that was some cameo by my dad. Anyway, Marco did the Punisher and Omega Effect crossover. He did. Anyway, so no, you did not miss me talking about Immortal Hulk. I'm getting to that. I think that might be that's the second to last book I'll talk about. But anyway, so Daredevil, during a fight with 3 gangsters who he nearly gets killed by, because he even says, I fought the Hulk, Ultron, and swarms of ninjas. I could have, and on my tombstone today, it could have written, "Here lies Daredevil, killed by 3 gangsters, by 3 little thugs." Oh, by the way, he was Daredevil. Anyway, so not only that, we get a quick look at Daredevil's life as a kid and how his past events affected now involving a priest, which I think was the same character from the show, or from the Daredevil show. Venom's life is going to hell, and Daredevil's like, hold my beer. Yeah, because if you want to talk about pity party, Daredevil's got you covered. Daredevil has got you covered. Anyway, so there you go. That was during Acts of Vengeance. So anyway, I loved this book. I absolutely love Daredevil #1, and I can't wait to see where Chip Zdarsky goes with Daredevil. Anyway, so I guess we will move on to Conan #3. Let me get some more light in here. Here we go. There, it's mildly better. Anyway, so Conan the Barbarian #3. This is part of the Life and Death of Conan, and we are this is another one and done story, but has an overarching feel to it. Basically, what it is that this is Conan when he was young, about 17 years old, and Conan has been captured in this country called Nemedia, which is a mining colony that hold thieves to a high price. In fact, there's this place called the Red Tree where they hang you and then throw your body out for ravenous dogs to eat. And this is all about Conan's relationship with Crom, his god. And this is, Conan doesn't pray to Crom, no Crimeran does. And what happens is this man who worships Mitra, another god of Hyboria, basically is pledge your life from Crom to Conan, and pledge your life from Crom to Mitra, and he's like, nah. See, we don't give a damn about God. Crimorans don't give we don't give a damn about gods. So by the end of it, it's a neat little story, and I don't want to spoil how it plays out and how it affects Crom, but what his connection to Crom is really cool. But it looks like by the 4th issue, it looks like we're going back to the Red Children and this whole thing with this demon Rizel. It looks like from the 1st issue. So I really dug this book. It's another neat little story. And Jason Aaron, clearly a fan of Conan the Barbarian, as it wasn't evident enough. So yeah. Now we move on to the Immortal Hulk. The Immortal Hulk #13. This is the end of the Hulk in Hell storyline. And wow. This was so good. Seriously, this was so damn good. I really enjoyed this storyline, and it really played off in the end of where it was. This really puts a new spin on Hulk and Banner's relationship. So the Demon, the thing, the one below all, is going all out on Hulk, and Hulk is ready for a fight. He even gets help from Rick Jones, in a way, who's also in, like, a version of him is in hell. And he even gets help from the Absorbing Man, who, in here, the Absorbing Man was the one who said it. Yeah, it was so fucking good. It was a great little ending to the storyline. There's this great moment where Absorbing Man, like, says, you know, he's talking directly to Brian Banner, who's the devil's posing as Brian Banner, and he's like, hey man, you know, my dad used to beat the shit out of me until I beat the shit out of him, and I'm gonna turn into these rocks real quick. And the devil goes, are you seriously gonna try to fight me right now? He's like, nah, I get my ass kicked. Banner, on the other hand, so he saves Banner because they were split, and Hulk gets his power back, tears shit up, and yeah. I also like, again, how they've been promoting Gamma as like this doorway from science and mysticism and how they're connected. I've been liking how that's been playing out, and where this goes. And it, again, shows a whole new light to Hulk, in that he has this conversation with Banner, who's like, Banner's like, look, let's just die. There's no problem with us, I just want it to end. And Hulk goes, you don't get it, do you? You lock me away, you've tried to kill me, you've tried splitting us up, but you don't get it yet. The reason I keep sticking with you is because I love you. Not that kind of way, but I love you like a brother, you know? Somebody had to take care of you. Someone had to protect us. And that had to be me. So, let's go home. So, yeah. It really puts this light of, like, Banner was like, oh my god, this whole time the Hulk and I have been at war with each other when really all Hulk wanted was me to accept him. So I dig that. What I also like is this new spin for Carl Creel, who looks like he's going to join Alpha Flight. That's cool. He's going to join Alpha Flight. But by the end of it made me go, oh, I can't wait for issue 14. Because Banner's going home to somebody, all right. Someone by the name of Betty Ross. So, finally the reunion of Bruce and Betty. This was amazing. I love this book as a Hulk fan, as a Marvel fan, as a comic book fan in general. This has been one of the best books I've read in a long time. Alley Wing, mwah. This is great, and I love this storyline so far. It's been so damn good. If you're not reading Immortal Hulk, jump on, get the trades, or jump on for issue 14. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Just start reading this book. That's all I can say. Read this book. And finally, our final book is Amazing Spider-Man number 14 by Nick Spencer and artwork by Chris Bocciolo. Yeah. So this issue looks like we are getting closer and closer to the Spider-Man storyline Hunted. And yeah, first off, couple things. Kraven has captured Arcade and is forcing him to build something. Probably a hunting arena, more than likely. But yeah, so Kraven is now getting this whole thing together. I can't wait to see what because Kraven's been built up since issue 1. But the main crux of this story is a couple things. One of which being is that Peter and MJ, oh, it's so good to have them back together, by the way. I can't stop saying that. But basically, Peter and MJ go to have dinner with the Connors. And if you guys don't know what happened in Clone Conspiracy, that garbage fire of a Spider-Man story, Clone Conspiracy, Connor's son Billy and his wife were brought back by the Jackal. But their bodies were dying, and the only way Kurt could save them was making them into half lizard people. So yeah. Also, he now has full control of his lizard form. So it's kind of funny that Peter and MJ are in the sewers and they're having dinner with the lizard and his family. Oh man, that was hysterical. But what's interesting to note is that Billy, Connors can switch in between being the lizard and now. He can switch being the lizard or not, but Billy can't. Billy and his wife can't. So Billy is upset that he's stuck down there. And it's justifiably upset that he's angry that he can't leave because he can't transform. It's a neat story. There's also a moment where Peter's like, hey, Kurt goes, hey, Peter, why don't you come study with us? Why don't you come come back to school? I will help you. And he's like, I don't know. Well, you've got a few weeks. Have some fun with it. Meanwhile, Aunt May is basically being told you're broke. And I love the little moments in here of little comments like she did marry Jay Jameson, Jonah's father. They also reference her other lover, Nathan, who was killed by the Vulture way back in Amazing Spider-Man 336. That was a classic. Story. But basically what happens is that Aunt May saves this seemingly homeless man, and invites him to lunch. And we don't get his name, but he says, I was a journalist. I was kicked out of town. I can't remember anything. I think I died. Nathan was this man who was an avid gambler, who was a love interest for May Parker, but the Vulture killed him by accident. Yeah, it's Ned. They haven't said a name, but it's Ned Leeds. So yeah. I dig where they're going. But at the end of it, we have Peter and the Rhino teaming up to take on Taskmaster and Black Ant, who Kraven has forced into working for him to capture all these animal-themed heroes and villains to hunt, because we are getting close to that hunted storyline. So Rhino and Peter are teaming up, and I do like... no, it's not Eddie Brock. We think it's Ned Leeds. Pretty sure it's Ned Leeds. But anyway, what I also like in here is this moment between Peter and MJ where Peter goes, I don't know if I want to go back. I want to go back to school and get some stuff. But, and MJ goes, don't do that, Peter. Don't do the whole, I want to go back to, I want to go back to school, but I have to be Spider-Man at the same time. Don't do that. Just, you are both Spider-Man, and you need to accept it that, shit's going to happen. But this leaves on a cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see where this goes. It was nice to see the Rhino again, and again, I am so excited to see this hunted storyline. I am all ready for this hunted storyline to see Kraven back to being a badass. But we got about 2 more issues left before we get there. It's at Amazing Spider-Man number 17. That's where the story kicks off. So, yeah. Anyway, so I guess out of all the books I read, the one I really enjoyed, and it was a toss-up, of all the books I read, man, it's so hard, because Daredevil number 1 was really good, but Immortal Hulk number 13... yep. Immortal Hulk number 13. This was the book that I loved. This was the one that made me go, such a solid ending to the story arc. It really plays a new line for Hulk and Banner's relationship. It's damn good. Again, if you're not reading Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So, yeah. There you go, guys. That is my pull list. 10 books plus this Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. But again, I'm not going to review it here because I haven't finished reading it yet. But where was I going? Yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Basically, I haven't read all of it, and actually, Craig and I were talking earlier on here. It's going to be a panel-to-panel thing because I know he wants to read this too. So this is definitely going to be panel to panel. So yeah, but what I can tell you, because I've read half this book already, this is really good. This is Old Man Tommy with a little bit of Taken. So I'm really digging this. I'm really digging this book. And I can't wait to see where we go from here. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. I see you got Soul of the Dragon. I did, Jason, and hello. Glad you could make it to this review. You missed all the other comic reviews, though. Anyway, but yeah, Soul of the Dragon so good, good so far. I've been really enjoying it. I am glad that Peter and MJ are back together. Hopefully, it sticks. Nick Spencer, keep it stuck. Anyway, yeah. Is the IDW comics canon to the Mirage comics? No, they are not. They are not canon. That's part of the Turtle multiverse now. Yeah. I feel bad that I haven't picked up a Superman book in a while because thank you, Bendis. Anyway. I haven't seen the Avengers Endgame costumes yet, so. Oh, I'm so sick of this Rogol Zar character. I am so sick. Why would he just go away? Anyway. Anyway, I guess I'll stick around for a little longer and Adventures of the Super Sons. I should get that. Maybe in trade. So, are you following Detective Comics? I'm going to... I've kind of missed out on reading the Tomasi run, which I hear is really good. This little story arc he's doing. Hopefully he stays on post 1000. And I'll start from there. But yeah, I do want to get my hands on at least one of the variant covers for Detective Comics number 1000. I didn't see it yet. Yeah, let them know we will. Oh yeah, I forgot. For those who remember, a while back, a little while back. Well, when I say a little while, a couple months back, we did a giveaway for for Action Comics number 1000 for all the different variants. This time around, next month, in honor of Batman's 80 years of Batman, we will be doing a giveaway for Detective Comics number 1000 and all of its variants. So yeah. So yeah, we are doing that. Thank you for reminding me, Craig. So yeah, we will. But I am going to get a cover for myself first and foremost. I'm going to be like, I'm going to take this one. Not from what we buy, Craig. I'm going to get one myself. I'm going to get a cover for myself. I'm going to get one of the variants for myself. I'm not going to steal one of the piles you buy. I'm going to get one for myself this time because I missed getting Action Comics. I am not going to miss Detective Comics number 1000. Anyway. All right. Bye, Teva. So. Keep up the. Thank you, Daniel. By the way, I want to ask you guys. Quick question. I want to ask you guys a quick question. How do you think we're doing on the channel? I know I sound like a total take a survey kind of person right now, and I feel like I just bit my tongue. How do you think we're doing on the channel so far? Are you guys liking where we're going? Are you guys enjoying yourselves? Are you guys liking where we're going as a channel? We having good times? I hope so. because we are here to please you to an extent. Yeah, we were just curious because we're always wondering, what new content can we bring to you guys? What new stuff can we bring to you? We're wondering what we can do for you guys as a channel. We're wondering if where can we improve? What more can we do? Just all of that. We are a growing channel. We are a growing entity, as it were. But yeah, we do want to do more podcast stuff. We definitely want to look into more podcast stuff. I don't know if anyone want to sit around and listen to us. I want to do more podcast stuff, and I know Craig does too. So that's the big thing, is that we want to move into more podcasty stuff like Comic Pop does, and like other YouTube channels do on here, like Comics Explained and shit like that. Yeah. I guess that's the big thing we want to do. That's our next phase, which I really want to do at ASAP. Because honestly, guys, I want YouTube to be my business. I want YouTube to be my job because my job sucks. I freaking hate my job right now. So I want this. I would love nothing more than this to be my job full time, and I know Dubs does too. So we both have come to the agreement that, yeah, let's be our own bosses. So that's what we want to do. So that's what we want to do. And, to do that, we kind of need your help, So yeah, this podcast would be great. I remember those old hour review videos. Yeah, I know, a lot of you guys would love to hear podcasts. I'm glad. So you can make more. I do too. I wish I could make more content too. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that we just want to grow as a channel, and to do that we kind of need your help. So whenever you guys can, we always ask like, share, and subscribe. We emphasize on sharing because we want to get we want to get there. We want to get from A to B. So we're always looking for help on that ground. It's it would be very it would be a big help to us, essentially. We might, but we'll have to wait till those are in trade, Billy. Especially Shredder and Hell. I know Dubs will definitely want to do Shredder and Hell but we'll have to wait till it comes out in trade, or I get all the issues, or when we at least get all the issues together. Thank you, Dan. I know I said Daniel earlier, but is it Denali? Denal? I cannot. I am so sorry for mispronouncing the name. I apologize. That's what we've been doing, Mike. That's what we've been doing, essentially. Have you read Old Man Quill? I was this close to buying Old Man Quill today, but I dropped over $60 today in comics. My wallet was going to punch me in the face if I spent any more. So yeah, I was Denel. Denal? All right. I won't worry if you won't. Anyway, so let me show you what's coming soon on my end for Comic Universe. All right. So this is coming soon for comic reviews that I'm doing. This is Lady Machinita, Volume 1. This was given to us by my good friend, our good friend, Mount Vernon Kid, who sent me this along with several other books. I am currently reading through this. I'm two issues in on this. So far, so good. The artwork in here is goddamn beautiful. I can't wait to tell you guys about this, because if you haven't read this book, you will want to when I'm done talking about it, because this is nice. If you enjoy steampunk stuff, this is your book. Let me show you some artwork real quick. Of let me show you some quick artwork to make you go, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. I know, not the best angle, but still. So, Lady Macadita, it's really, this is a neat little steampunk adventure. It's kind of like a steampunk version of Ghost in the Shell or Blade Runner. It's actually Blade Runner is a little more apt. Yeah, you should have gotten Old Man Quill instead of Female's Furies. I know. I'm aware. That's 40. Ugh. I knew I was going to run into a bad book, but I didn't think I'd run into... Like, I was hoping Female Furies would be good. I don't know. So, yeah, this is the next book. Expect that sometime. But, yeah. Yeah, so this is the book you're going to see soon. Well, goodbye, Danielle. Yes, we can talk. Stop. It was bad. We can stop talking about it, Billy. Female Furies to warrant that much hatred. It was supposed to be a good book. Okay, just to reiterate of what went wrong in Female Furies. To reiterate real quick, basically it kind of I don't want to go into it again, but basically what happens is they wanted to tell a story and that is very prevalent and very like yeah, it's a story, it's something that needs to be told, but boy did they pick the wrong characters to do so, and they make a joke out of Darkseid. They make a total joke out of Darkseid. Maybe I'll go like further, like, I don't know. I don't want to read that issue again, but it was just not good. Basically, they make Darkseid a pervert, which is something that's totally out of Darkseid's character, and they completely, undercut the Female Furies. They completely undercut them as victims more than villains. Which in a weird way would work. Like, in a weird cosmic way they work, but the execution was way off. And they really, really mess up Granny Goodness's character. Yeah, that was my thought, Jason. That was my thought. Yes, it is published by IDW, Godzilla in Hell. So yeah, this is a very prevalent issue of, women being sexually assaulted in the workplace and not being taken seriously. It's a very prevalent issue that it's not cool to do that to women. I stand by that. But the Female Furies was so the wrong characters to do this kind of story with, because Apocalypse doesn't work like that. If someone groped a Female Fury, they would kill them, and Darkseid would generally go, that guy wasn't strong enough to beat you. Good on you. That's how it's supposed to be. Not Darkseid plays favorites, and just because he bangs he banged Granny, he plays favorites. It's not like that. In fact, Darkseid's never given a shit about sex. In fact, even when he conceived Orion, he was like, ugh. Oh my god, that was... Ugh. I mean, the artwork was really good. I will not deny that the artwork was really nice. But... yeah. But I'm not reading another issue. That was $4 wasted. I should have picked up Old Man Quill or Wonder Woman or I don't know, anything else. But the only reason I read it was because it was supposed to have some kind of relevancy to Mr. Miracle, to Tom King's story. Ugh. You know what I also should have picked up? Yeah, tossing that thing in a shredder. I would. The art, I will say, the artwork is really nice. And again, the themes are very prevalent today, but they were so the wrong characters, and it was so the execution was so wrong. But yeah, I no, no more. Nine. Yet. I am going. I actually did ask my comic shop because I am going to start. Speaking of female characters, I am going to start picking up Marvel Team Up, which is the new Marvel Team Up series that actually has, instead of Spider-Man teaming up with people, it's going to be Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. So I was like, yeah, okay, Miss Marvel teaming up with the Marvel Universe. I'm in. Um, I also asked them to put on my pull list War of the Realms, so I will be reviewing War of the Realms. Hopefully, reviewing War of the Realms on here. That'll be the first event I review monthly. That'll be amazing. Also, Star Wars TIE Fighter. That'll be another one. Yeah, so there's another one. I was another one I was not expecting. Like, I didn't know TIE Fighter was a thing, so I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I want to do more Imperial stuff. I want to see more Imperial stuff. Also, I also really want to, and I've been meaning to pick this up for a while. I want to read Raven, Daughter of Darkness, because Raven is one of my favorite DC characters, not just female heroes, but like heroes, period. So I want to read a comic with her. And I want to read the 12-issue miniseries that is a sequel to this, but it's not collected in trade yet. So I want to wait and get that later. Yeah. So yeah, TIE Fighter is supposed to focus on... Because I want more comics like these, Marvel. I want more Star Wars comics like these. I want boots on the ground, stormtrooper, military force stuff. That's what I want. Well, it wasn't solo comics; it was a mini series. Mike Knight, but yeah, I want more books like that. If you can give me more and that's why I keep pushing for more like Star Wars stuff to do that, because I want more Stormtrooper stuff. I want more. I'm fine with Empire stuff, and I'm fine if you don't have Vader. I want more Stormtrooper stuff. In fact, there's actually a Star Wars fan film I want you guys to go check out called Buckethead's A Star Wars Story. It gives you everything of what you wanted if you want Stormtrooper-centric stuff in Star Wars. Gives you that. I want everyone to go check out that fan film. It's really good. Daughter of Darkness is like a tamed Vertigo book. All right. Yeah, that was a thing. Ugh. Anyway. Anywho. Yeah, I saw the TIE Fighter animated film, fan film. That was really cool. Makes you do wish for again, that's what I want. That's more than Jedi stuff, more than Sith stuff. I want Stormtrooper stuff. My favorite Star Wars books since Marvel started them again. My favorite one is Karen Gillan's Darth Vader run. I haven't read Charles Schulz's run yet. I know it's almost all in trade. I know the first 3 volumes in trade, and the 4th volume's coming soon. But as it stands, Karen Gillan Darth Vader run is the best thing. Marvel Star Wars. Yeah. Karen Gillan's Darth Vader run is hands down the best Star Wars stuff. No joke. Okay, Stan Pine's fan art. That's cool. So, um, Bane solo series, like maybe a mini series. That's the best we get from Marvel, not a full-on solo series. But yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. Sure, Cody, go ahead. What is your question? Because Jason's in the comments too, and maybe he can answer it as well. I know it. I heard about that game, and I is it still going because of all the shit with EA? Like, I'm wondering if that's still a thing. All right, I guess it's still a thing. Funny you mention that because there is a bit of development that we're putting in with that relationship in the fanfiction, not in spotlights, but in the story itself. Like you'll see a little more of that in there. I might actually do a, because I'm actually do intend on expanding more of that relationship in the fanfiction series, Cody. But it's not going to focus on them. It's going to focus on someone from the outside looking in. Don't want to spoil who that is, but yeah, I do have an idea for a spotlight that focuses on that relationship from the outside looking in. So stay tuned for that. Anyway. I don't want to say right out the gate that those will suck, Billy. I really don't, because we haven't seen them. I mean, I was kind of really hard on the Dark Phoenix trailer, but I was like, it's just a trailer. It doesn't give you, sometimes bad trailers can lead to good movies, or good trailers can lead to bad movies. The Hellboy movie I'm already for. Dark Phoenix. No, it's already getting a theater release. It's New Mutants. We should all be concerned about of where that's going. I heard it might be streaming on Hulu at this point, and at this point, I fuck it, just F it, Oh, that's cool, Wizard. Didn't do well with test audiences. Well, we'll just have to see for ourselves, won't we? We will just have to see for ourselves. Anyway. Yeah, I knew. Well, that's actually been something they've said before. Bob Iger, when they first were talking about acquiring Fox, Bob Iger, the head of Disney, said, "Yeah, we're keeping Deadpool R because it makes money, so we're not going to change that." And once upon a Deadpool proved PG-13 Deadpool doesn't work, so they were just like, "Yeah, let's just keep it R. Let's just keep it R," which is fine. That was the big thing right there. Mike, while we had asking about the crossover universe we've done. Oh yeah. By the way, now I'm hearing that Jessica Chastain's character may now be the gender-bent mindbender. How many characters has she been said to be? First the Landra, then the Scroll Queen, now this. Well, they could say, like, I guess she's supposed to be Mastermind, which we've had female Masterminds before, but they've usually been the daughters of Mastermind. So, maybe she's Mastermind? Or one of the female Masterminds, because we've had female Masterminds. Yeah. Yeah, it's Mastermind. No, I get the mix up because there is a character called Mindbender, which is fine. It's basically the same goddamn thing. Anywho, yeah. So, also, I know I'm doing some other promotional stuff. If you haven't already, go check out Jason Voorhees 2011 on fanfiction.net and go check out the Infinityverse, his and I's fanfiction crossover universe. We're basically, we readapt classic comic book stories and make them into comic book crossover universe stuff. And the first story we're doing is Dark Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Also, now for real world stuff, my short story that's part of an anthology is now being edited, getting some final edits, and soon to be published. Cody, you can back me up on this. Yeah, it's getting its final edits and soon to be put out. So when it gets put out in March, I am going to promote the shit out of that on here. So be prepared to see me actually have, like, be prepared to actually, like, hear about that soon. I legally can't talk about it now, so I'm going to wait. And I'm also working on something else right now. I'm also working on something else for another short story, but but I'm not going to say what it is and what it's for, but basically what the story is. It involves a Spinosaurus, and it's set in the 1800s. Do with that as you will. Yeah, Spinosaurus, 1800s. That's all I'm saying. Someone asked me, Mike asked, how do I bring in the Fantastic Four in the MCU? I've always said how I would do it is, my idea is that they've been trapped in the negative zone for all this time. Doctor Doom trapped them in the negative zone all this time, and now they're back out. And the effects of the the energies of the negative zone have affected them. So yeah, have them come out all this time. Like maybe the effects. I swear to God, if we get some reference to Fantastic Four in Captain Marvel, I will fucking scream, and they will have to drag me out of that theater. Because I'm going to lose my shit in that theater if we get any reference to Fantastic Four. Because I am more excited to see Fantastic Four in the MCU than I am X-Men, and you can quote me on that. It's not that I don't want them in there. It's that I've wanted the Fantastic Four in the MCU since day fucking one. So forgive me if I'm more excited for that than I am X-Men in the MCU. Now I wouldn't mind John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. If he didn't play Yondu already, Michael Rooker would have been so good as Ben Grimm. Just saying, like, he would have made a great thing. Yeah, Hulk and Thing fight. I can't wait for also, now we can have Wolverine and Hulk fight. We can now have a Wolverine and Hulk fight now. Assuming whatever happens in Endgame isn't permanent. Or whatever happens there. Yeah, I would love to see. Actually, yeah, Human Torch for Spider-Man 3. I want them to hang out. Um, that'd be great. You know Trevon Edgerton, the guy from what's it? He's playing. He's in Rocket Man. He's playing Elton John in Rocket Man, but he's known for Kingsman. That's it. He's the actor in Kingsman. I think he would be a really cool Human Torch. I think he would be really cool as Human Torch. And I think him and Tom Holland would have just great chemistry together. Yeah, that'd be cool to have Doctor Doom and do Doom War. There you go, do Doom War for Black Panther 2. Because Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther, really wants to really play with Doctor Doom. Plus, we can have Illuminati now. We can have Iron. Well, again, assuming whatever happens in Endgame happens, we can now have the entire We can have an Avengers Illuminati movie. That'd be cool. They could also, they could do Iceman and Firestar in Amazing Spider-Man 3 in the Spider-Man MCU movies now. Yeah. I just kind of realized that you could do, it's like, just imagine like how much like people would freak out if the third Spider-Man movie was called Spider-Man and instead of Far From Home or whatever it's called and His Amazing Friends. People would lose their minds in the theater. Assuming people don't want the Inhumans was a thing. Yeah, you really shit the bed on that one, didn't you, MCU? You really shit the bed hard on that one. Anyway. I think the Fretful Four could work. Yeah. Wizard, Sandman, the Trapster, Medusa, I don't know, maybe. Or we could just replace her with someone else. That fourth member's always changed around. I would love to see Young Avengers. Young Avengers would be really cool. Just get Thundra. There you go. And I think they're actually looking for casts for Young Avengers now, which you got to have my girl Kate Bishop in there. You don't have Kate in that movie, I am going to be so pissed. Seriously. I don't care what incarnation you do, you got to have Kate in that lineup. Also, I want Annihilus in a movie. Like, I don't care if you do Annihilation as a movie or some other thing or have him in a Fantastic Four movie. I want Annihilus and maybe Blastar in a movie. Just saying. Council of Rays would be cool too. But someone needs to, there needs to be a moment where, someone who's with Reed and sees the Council of Reeds for the first time and they're like, dude, was this in a Rick and Morty episode? He's like, we started this first. Yeah, I think they will. I think because that's been retconned 10 times already. Wouldn't shock me if they did it again. He was not a good... I didn't like him, Billy. I didn't like that version of Doctor Doom. Yeah, we can finally have Kang now. Frickin' finally. I know a lot of people who really want Kang. One of them is in the chat right now. Right, Jason? Anyway. Well, Yeah, Squadron Supreme would be cool. Anyway, I think I am going to end this stream. We've been at it for about an hour and a half. Jeremy Irons, yeah, would be cool. John Noble would also be a neat one, but Irons would be cool. I kind of want Irons to be Mr. Sinister. Actually, that's who's my pick for Jeremy Irons. If I wanted to play another comic book character, it would be Mr. Sinister. But anyway, so I'm gonna call it a night because this stream's been going on for an hour and a half, and I'm actually like my throat hurts because I've run out of things to drink, and I'm actually really hungry. I haven't eaten all day because I've been out getting comics. Yeah, I've been out all day. All I had was a sub earlier. Actually, yeah, I did eat, but that was like hours ago. I'm really hungry, and I really want some Zaxby's chicken right now. We're not promoted by Zaxby's, but I really want some Zaxby's chicken right now. But thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. I'm glad you guys came by. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the stream and the comic reviews. So until next time, we'll see you right here once more in the Youniverse.